What's up, folks? Sean the Average Angler bringing another great video to you. Thanks for taking the time to stop in and join me today. Today we are going to cover quite a few Shimano reels. I'm going to try and explain what I use each one for to hopefully help you make a better decision in your next purchase of a Shimano reel product. That said, I don't have every single Shimano reel. I've got a pretty good assortment of them. Well, these are all quality reels, okay? Every one of them. We'll start at the bottom and we'll kind of work our way up. First, we have Shimano SLX 70 DC. Nice size reel, you can see in my hand. No problem palming it. This, I use the 70, and the reason I got the DC is for casting lighter baits. Make it easier on myself to avoid backlashes, overruns, those kinds of things, and not overdo my line capacity when I'm going to be throwing lighter line. This is not bait finesse for me. This is just lighter line, okay? I think this is 10-pound test that I have on here. I throw it on a 742 iRod Gen 3. It's a casting rod. Yes, legit finesse casting. Okay, it was designed by Aaron Britt. He used to be an FLW touring pro on the invitationals. That rod was designed for him for throwing smaller baits. Now, I use it a lot for throwing my smaller swim baits. I'll use it for throwing an open hook tube. I'll even throw a lighter stupid tube on it. I could throw Ned rigs on it, that kind of thing. It's pretty universal, 7'4", and it's basically it is a 2-power spinning rod on a casting rod blank, to give you an idea what it is. So that's what I use the 70 for. It would also be good for, say, like lighter square bills, lighter top waters, those kinds of things. Anything really in the lighter realm. It's not that it won't throw heavier baits, it will. The line capacity is going to be a little low to put heavier line on, okay? 10 to 12 pound test is about the most that I intend to use it for. Performance-wise, it's been a good reel. I do feel like with the DC series reels, you do give up some casting distance and you can back them off, I'm sure, and take care of some of that. Because of the design of the DC, I do believe it overbreaks at times, okay? It's just my opinion. And a lot of these are some of these are DCs, some of them are not. You'll see as we go down the road. Now, I'll give you a weight on this. Now, keep in mind, it is spooled with 10-pound sunline. And the other thing I will say is the DC braking system adds weight, okay? 7.3 ounces, so not bad. I'm not a weight snob on my reels, as you're gonna see with some of these, okay? I'm not really concerned about that. I'm concerned about the performance of the reel, the longevity of the reel, and that things are gonna hold up and they're gonna handle the job that I bought them for, okay? That I have no doubt is going to handle the job that I bought it for. Again, that's a 70 HG, it's a 7.2 to 1. You'll see right here. It's a beautiful reel. We got the adjustments out here. Plus there is an adjustment on the inside. Nice colors with the blue here, blue accents there, and on the adjuster. Nothing to complain about, okay? I think they're about 200 bucks. I did not buy it local. I bought them out of Japan. I bought all of these out of Japan, by the way. So next, moving on, we have the Shimano Curado 200, okay? And this reel, it is a Curado DC. Again, I purchased this reel for a specific technique in mind, okay? This was on my swim bait rod. So I got the 200 for the extra line capacity. There's 20-pound Sunline Sniper on there, 7.4 to 1. I bought this to be a glide bait reel with the idea in mind that a lot of times when I'm throwing glide baits, got an accent there. A lot of times when I'm throwing glide baits, I want to throw my bait into the wind. Well, these other reels I have are really free spinners, okay? Free spinners meaning, man, you don't have to put a lot into them to cast, and if you do, you're probably going to end up with a big old mess in your hand. So I got the DC with in mind that this is going to help me casting into the wind. Okay, you'll also notice these are both right-handed reels. This is also a 7/4-1. Another beautiful reel. I have big hands, folks, so showing you how easily I palm these probably isn't the best example. It's a decent sized reel, okay? It's, if you hold the 70 up to the 200, it's not, I mean, it's a difference, but it's not a game changer to me, okay? Weight, again, we will weigh this. Full spool of line, 8.6 ounces. You're gonna see with some of these other reels, that's not bad with the DC mechanism. And if I remember right, when I weighed this prior to line being on it, maybe not quite 1 ounce, okay? Like I said, the DC braking mechanism does weigh a little bit. It is a noticeable difference. You get a lot out of the DC system. You're gonna see in a minute the other thing I have. So this reel's probably gonna be versatile. It's probably gonna get tossed around on some different rods, depending on conditions and things and what I see fit. Now I have a place that I probably will throw a lot of A-rigs, and that's another bait that this could be very, very beneficial on. So who knows? We'll see where she ends up permanently. Bought it for the glide baits, but that was before I had some of the other reels that I have here. And we are apparently sticking with the DC theme, and this one is a Scorpion DC 151. Okay, so this is kind of the mid-size, in between the 70 and the 200. This is the size reel I like in the Shimano lineup. You'll see very comfortable in hand. Again, same 7/4-1. You'll notice the accents are different. This one, they're red and black. This one, they're kind of gold on that Corrado DC. The Scorpion, they're red. Really cool looking reel. On the Scorpion, they go the extra mile. These plastic pieces in here are red. Just add some more color to it. And then on the adjuster here, if you can see it, there is a Scorpion. But there is a Scorpion engraved there, or this is going to be more of an everyday. I'm still going to put it on a rod that is used for throwing baits that are going to catch wind, okay? That could be a number of things, right? It could be spinner baits, buzz baits. It could be lighter crankbaits. It could be smaller swim baits or glide baits. We will get a weight on this baby. Again, this one does not have line on it. We still have the DC braking system. 7.7 ounces. Okay, so that line does not weigh an ounce. I thought that sounded heavy. I don't remember what the reel weighed by itself. It was 8.6, I believe, with the line on it. 8.7. So these are going in lines, and you're gonna see none of these reels I have are light. It's all about function and purpose. This would be an everyday reel size, the 150 size, 151, because this one's a lefty. I fish left and righties, in case you didn't notice yet. Again, great feeling reel for everyday Shimano reel stuff. If you're not looking for the DC, you can go to the regular Corrado. You can go to the regular SLX. What I recommend in both is spend the extra money to get the MGL spool if you can, because it does make a difference substantially. The SLX is a fine reel, or this is a Scorpion DC. You can get the regular Scorpion, or you can get a regular Corrado. Either way, great reels. Sticking with that theme, this is not a DC. But this is a 200 7/4 again, HG. See the red accents. This is another Scorpion, but this one is a Scorpion MD. I think it's Mega Drive, Mag Drive. This is designed for throwing bigger baits. So this is another glide bait, swim bait, any type of hard hitting bigger bait type of reel. Okay, it could be for the 6 Sense catwalk. If you're not familiar with that, that's a really oversized topwater walking plug. Could be for heavy A rigs. It's just geared to handle the abuse more than the regular gearing. Okay, this is also, you know, the Amazon, that kind of stuff. So maybe good for frogging, maybe good for your braid techniques if you feel like you put a lot of pressure on them and you're breaking down other reels. Hey, maybe that Scorpion MD is a good one for you. My everyday reel. And these are amazing. Oh, I didn't get you a weight on the Scorpion. Here we go. Scorpion MD 200. Actually, it's 201 because it's lefty, 7.4 ounces. So if I remember right, same weight as that SLX DC 70 with line on it. So pretty impressive weight for a 200 size reel, especially with the heavier gears. Now, this reel are more of my everydays, but not on every rod. This is a Shimano Bantam. Okay, this one happens to be a 6.2-1. This is a workhorse. Okay, this reel is built to last. It is a single piece frame, very durable. I'll show you this here. So on the side, the whole spool braking mechanism all comes out. Okay, there's that. Then the spool behind it will come out. You got 6 brake adjusters instead of 4 in the typical Shimanos. It is a solid aluminum, one-piece aluminum frame, right? You'll see that whole center piece comes out. Instead of there being a cap on this side, it's all solid. Again, not a light reel. Built to do battle, built to last. These are not cheap. This is my most expensive Shimano reel. I think they retail $369, but the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. And at 7.5 ounces, it is not a lightweight. Again, not my everyday reel, even though I said it's my everyday reel. What I use these for, techniques where I need the power. I don't want any reel flex, anything else like that. And really, it's overkill, okay? Because any of these reels will work just fine for most of the applications. When this might really come in is for flipping close quarters and setting the hook with such things as braid. However, that's not what I got it for. I did get it for that, but I've got quite a few of these. And this one here, if you noticed, is a 6.2-1. This is going to be a deep cranking reel. I went with this because these are quite simply one of the best casting Shimano reels I've used. The Bantam and the Scorpions are insane, and they don't necessarily, they feel smooth right now, but when you spool it up with line and get out there on the water and you make a cast, that's when the wow factor shows up from this. That's when the wow factor shows up from the Scorpions, okay? They just roll better. You don't need to rear back and whip these reels. These reels cast very, very far with a simple cast, and you've probably seen people cast like this and going, geez, how come their baits go so far? Well, these types of reel, when you get into that quality, just cast better. Not to say that you can't make some of these other ones cast that way. I tune most of my reels myself, and doing simple things like removing a lot of the excess grease and oil in them, and then using a high quality lube like this high speed oil lube from Lightning Lube. This stuff has been phenomenal for me. I can't tell you what a difference a reel makes if you open them up and clean them. Now, I will be straight up. These Shimanos, I opened up and clean when they're brand new before I start fishing with them. Every manufacturer I've seen has excess grease and oil on their reels. Whether they do it for shipping purposes or whatever it may be, I just open them up and clean them. I had another brand that I'm testing right now. I don't want to say who it is right now, but the entire inner part of the braking system was covered in oil. And when I went out and made a cast, I didn't clean that one first. I spooled it up and said, all right, let's go test it. Brakes don't work very well when the braking surface is lubed up. Okay, it's not supposed to be lubed up. Any reel, I don't care the brand. Like I mentioned, the 151 Scorpion DC, probably going to go on some sort of reaction bait rod. Not a chatterbait, because a chatterbait casts like a bullet anyway, but maybe a spinnerbait, some sort of wake bait, things that catch the wind and can cause you a little havoc. A-rigs, maybe the A-rig, but I think I'll use the 200 for the A-rig. We'll see. It's going to depend on pound test, okay? If I need 20, I'm going to go to this. If I'm throwing 15 or 16, maybe I go with the 151. So many choices, are all good reels, folks. And I know with all the models out there, it can be a little confusing on what to get. I'm not of the mind that I'm going to go with all one reel. I just think it's a waste of money, right? I don't need 25, I don't need 100 Shimano DCs, okay? And my everyday basic reels are Daiwas, okay? Daiwa Tatulis. I'm Sean, the Average Angler. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, hit that like and subscribe down below. We'd love to have you join the community. Until next time, we're out.